E3 is a perfect time to look ahead at games coming out for the rest of the year. Sony may not give the Vita much attention, but not to worry, there are still plenty of games coming out in 2017, and these are my personal picks for the 10 most anticipated games coming out this year. Number 10. Windjammers. I hadn't heard of Windjammers before last year's PSX. It's a fast-paced competitive sports game where you need to dash across the pitch to catch the ball and try to throw it at your opponent's wall. Although it's a sports game, the speed and style of the game felt more like an arcade fighter like Street Fighter 2. The game will definitely be best played sitting next to a friend, which may not be possible for all Vita owners, but I can still see the game being fun on Vita for solo players. Number 9. Y2K. Y2K is best described as a JRPG set in 1990s America. It reminded me a lot of World of Final Fantasy in terms of the dungeon exploring and puzzle solving elements of the game, but there are no random battles. The style of the game really sets it apart, with lots of references to American pop culture in the 1990s. I played it and enjoyed the battle system, which involves specific button presses at just the right time to maximize your attack or defense. I find turn-based JRPGs with the standard attack magic item system can get boring, so it was refreshing that Y2K kept me on my toes. Also, the music was really good and fit the game perfectly. Number 8. Ys 8. Lacrimosa of Dana. I hope I'm saying that right. So, I have a confession. I've never played an Ys game. It's always looked like a series I'd enjoy, but I've never got round to playing any of the games. An action RPG that I can sink loads of hours into is really appealing, and from what I've seen of the game so far, the graphics look impressive. It's coming out in September, so Ys 8 and Danganronpa will be competing for my time. VA11 Hal A, or maybe it's pronounced Valhalla, I guess. Valhalla has been called a bartending simulation/visual novel. You talk to clients and make drinks, and depending on how well you make the drink, it will improve the tip you get and it will affect the conversation. The game looks intriguing and so unique. I haven't tried looking at gameplay or learning too much about it because I just want to play it and experience it for myself. Number 6. Cosmic Star Heroin. Cosmic Star Heroin was released this year on PS4 and we're still waiting for the Vita release. It's a turn-based RPG set in a sci-fi universe, with graphics and a style that reminds me of 16-bit era RPGs. The game looks and sounds so good, and seeing gameplay and reviews of the PS4 version has me excited to play the Vita version. Number 5. Shakedown Hawaii. I played Shakedown Hawaii last year at PSX. It was announced in 2015 from V-Blank Entertainment, the makers of Retro City Rampage. It plays very similarly to Retro City Rampage, and after a few moments of relearning the controls, I felt right at home playing Shakedown Hawaii. It looks like it's going to be just as fun as Retro City Rampage, with an additional gameplay goal of trying to buy up the city. Number 4. Fallen Legion. Another game I played at PSX last year. The graphics reminded me of Dragon's Crown, with gameplay similar to Grand Kingdom. On my first go, I was just mashing the buttons trying to figure out what each of my warriors in my party can do, and I quickly lost them all. After playing the second time, I realized that there was a rhythm to the gameplay that involved attacking at key moments to chain actions to trigger special attacks, and defending at just the right time to avoid damage. The game looked and played amazingly on the Vita. It seems like a game you can sink lots of time into to master its systems. It's coming out in July and I'm looking forward to playing it properly when it comes out. Number 3. Yamawari Midnight Shadows. The first Yamawari was an excellent atmospheric horror game. The sequel looks to expand on the first with 2 playable characters and more scares. As the characters return from an evening of watching fireworks, they become separated and lost. You take control of them as they try to find their way home through a town filled with ghosts and demons. The first trailer has me so excited to play more when it's released in September. Number 2. Danganronpa V3. I only played Danganronpa recently and it absolutely lived up to the hype. Within minutes I was hooked to the intriguing story. The gameplay and most importantly the class trials will be returning for V3, but the game will be set in a new environment with new characters. Danganronpa V3 is coming out in September, which is perfect for giving me time to finish Danganronpa 2. Number 1. Heart 4th Alicia. A 2D pixel art Castlevania. That's all I need to know to get me excited. I also played it at PSX and loved it. I loved the 2D art style and the music, but what really sold the game to me was the gameplay. It was fast and smooth and very easy to pick up and play. The controls felt intuitive and reminded me of Rogue Legacy in how you move, jump and attack. I hadn't even heard of the game before PSX, but that 15-minute demo was enough to sell me on the game completely, and put it straight to the top of my most anticipated games list. There isn't a firm release date yet, but hopefully the developer will announce one soon. There are so many other games I'm looking forward to playing, like Rainbow Skies, Chaos Child and Romancing Saga 2. And we've still got Bloodstained to look forward to in 2018. 2017 has already been an excellent year for the Vita, and that's set to continue. So, what's your most anticipated games? Do you agree with my list, or have I completely missed a major release? Leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.